right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Dave Cave for tonight's edition of Epic Basketball League action. My name is Dave Little, and we are coming to you live with Game 3 of the Best of 3 series, pitting the Boston Celtics against the Phoenix Suns. It is deadlocked at 1-1, and we are headed for the series finale here tonight to be played in Phoenix. It is February the 5th of 1973 as the playoffs roll on. And let's get things set up here for you with the opening lineups. It will be Boston visiting Phoenix. Phoenix, the higher seed, hosts the deciding game of this series. And before we get things started, let's take a look at how we got here and give you a quick update on action in the Epic Basketball League playoffs. Here we look at the silver tier and tonight's action. Earlier tonight, it was the Philadelphia 76ers, the worst team in NBA history, picking up the Game 3 victory over the Detroit Pistons to move on to the next round of the silver tier playoffs. Another upset, relatively speaking. And also in another Game 3, it was the Kansas City Omaha Kings, behind 30 points from Nate Archibald, defeating Baltimore to move forward in the silver tier. And as you may recall, 8 teams entered the silver tier playoffs, the 6 teams from the silver division, plus the Celtics and Supersonics who moved up from the bronze tier. Of these 8 teams, 2 will survive and move up to the gold tier of the playoffs, where the championship rounds await. But tonight it is Boston and Phoenix who will be squaring off in the decisive game to see who survives and who goes home. As we say good evening to folks in the chat room. Just checking in to see... Hopefully I am audible to everybody in the chat as we get things started here with tonight's broadcast. So if you're here in the room and you can hear me, give me a thumbs up as we roll forward. And we take a look at tonight's starting lineups. First for the Boston Celtics, it is the backcourt, the fabulous backcourt of JoJo White and John Havlicek. JoJo White, the fourth-year man out of Kansas, 6'3", 190 pounds. And, of course, Havlicek, the Hall of Famer, first-team All-NBA, first-team All-Defense in the 1972-73 season, where he finished the NBA year with 24 points a game and 6.5 assists in an excellent year. But the real star of this team is the center, Dave Cowens, who was the league MVP in 72-73 with 20 points and 16 rebounds per game. He starts at the center position. Your forwards for Boston, the both stellar defenders, Don Chaney and Paul Silas. Chaney, a second-team All-Defensive player. Silas, also a second-team All-Defensive player. So the Celtics are imposing. They had to battle their way up out of the bronze division to get here. And they are looking to advance yet again here tonight in Phoenix, where we are gathered at the Arizona Veterans Memorial Coliseum. And we'll take a look at the starting lineup for the Suns. And the guy on the Suns who is the make-or-break guy is the point guard, Charlie Scott, second year out of North Carolina, an all-star in 72-73, finishing with 25 points a game and 6 assists. He's joined in the backcourt by the veteran Dick Van Arsdale out of Indiana, who also put up 18 points a game. The forwards are Connie Hawkins, another all-star during the season who averaged 16 points a game, and jumping Johnny Green, Excuse me, that is Lamar Green. My mistake. Lamar Green, the fourth-year man out of Morehead State, starting at the power forward. And at the center position, NEAL WALK, fourth-year man out of Florida, who put up 30 points and 16 rebounds in Game 2, as Phoenix was able to edge Boston and force Game 3 here tonight. And with that, we are ready for action. And it is Boston controlling the opening tip. The ball winds up in the hands of Havlicek. He's picked up out there by Dick Van Arsdale. Cross courts it to Silas. Silas with the baseline jump shot is up and good. So give the assist to Havlicek on that play. The first basket of the game goes to Silas, and Boston is up 2-0. Phoenix with their first possession. It's Charlie Scott out on top. Scott on the perimeter. He drives, he stops, he pops, and he scores it. Very nicely done. Stepped around the defender, got into the lane and put it home. We're tied at 2. Boston basketball, they're going to run it once again through JoJo White this time. White at the point, being guarded closely by Charlie Scott. It's White who wants to penetrate. He gets into the lane. He's cut off by Hawkins. His shot is no good, but on the rebound, we've got a whistle and a foul, and that will be charged to Paul Silas. That is his first. Phoenix will take over. We're still tied at 2. The Suns are going to look inside to Walk. Walk and Cowens having a good battle this series, and Cowens stole it. Cowens gets the best of Walk on the first opportunity, and Boston's got numbers going the other way. JoJo White leading the break. Cowens is trailing. He takes the pass, sends it back to White on the give and go. White lays it up and good. 4-2 now in favor of Boston, as the Suns look to set things up. The pass goes to Walk on the inside. His turnaround jump shot is short, and Paul Silas comes down with the rebound. And once again, the Celtics want to run, establishing a fast pace. This time it's Chaney with it on the baseline. Chaney drives baseline, cross courts it to Havlicek. Havlicek reverse layup is up and good. And quickly Boston on top 6-2. Six to 2 Boston. Phoenix with the basketball. Once again, they look to Van Arsdale on the wing. He sends it down to White. White tries to send it back out to Walk. Walk sends it back out to the top of the key, where White steps into the passing lane and picks it off for Boston. Celtics getting off to a quick start tonight. White over to Havlicek. Havlicek inside to Chaney. Swinging around back out to Havlicek for the jump shot. That's no good. And Lamar Green grabs the rebound, but he is going to be called for the loose ball foul. Foul on Lamar Green. That is his first. Boston will keep possession. Silas posting up down low, and he's fouled by Green again. 2 quick fouls in about 15 seconds on Lamar Green. He is going to have to leave, and he will be replaced by a fine rookie in Corky Calhoun. 6'10", 210 pounds, out of Pennsylvania. He would go on to have a pretty decent career, but playing the forward position against Paul Silas, Corky Calhoun's going to have his work cut out for him. Boston basketball still leading by 4. The ball goes out to Havlicek on the outside. Havlicek fakes left, dribbles to his right, but he carried it, and that's a turnover. Phoenix needed that, as Boston is threatening to run away with this one early. Phoenix setting up inside. Corky Calhoun has an open look. That's no good. Connie Hawkins crashes the board for the Suns. And Hawkins tips it up and good. 6-4 now. Boston with the lead and the basketball. JoJo White calls a play. They send it inside to Chaney. Chaney against Hawkins in there. Is able to get around Hawkins and knock one down off of the glass and good. 8-4 Boston. Phoenix coming back the other way. Working it around the perimeter down inside to Calhoun. Calhoun finds the cutting Scott, and Scott's shot is offline, no good. But Van Arsdale escapes with the rebound and passes it back out to Charlie Scott to restart the offense. And we've got a whistle and an illegal defense warning against Boston. So the next one will be a technical foul, but for now, Phoenix will get a fresh clock. Still trailing 8-4 as they inbound the basketball with 9.5 to play in the first period. Here's Scott near the top of the key. Sends it to Hawkins on the wing, and Hawkins shoots and scores, and he is fouled. Hawkins with the basket and the foul. Give that one to Don Chaney on the foul. Hawkins steps to the line for the chance for the three-point play. He converts it, and it is an 8-7 ball game. 8-7 Boston with the lead and the basketball. Open on the wing is Chaney. His jump shot from the perimeter is offline, and the rebound is pulled down again by Van Arsdale for Phoenix. Van Arsdale thought about running, but the Celtics get back quickly in transition defense, and Phoenix will set up the half-court set. They send it back to Scott. Scott working on JoJo White, sends it over to Van Arsdale, and Van Arsdale's fouled by Havlicek. That's on the floor, but that is the third team foul against the Celtics in barely 3 minutes of action. So it will be Phoenix basketball with a chance to take the lead for the first time tonight. They look to Van Arsdale. Van Arsdale comes off the screen. His jumper from the wing is no good. Well defended by Havlicek. Cowens with the rebound for Boston. Boston coming back the other way in transition. All kinds of options. They get it into Cowens down low. Cowens with that left-handed hook shot. That is good. His first basket of the night puts Boston up by 3, 10-7. Phoenix now with another look for Van Arsdale. Van Arsdale guarded by Havlicek on the wing. He shoots, and it is good. Dick Van Arsdale good from the perimeter. It's 10-9. Boston back on the offense, runs it through Havlicek. The double team comes over. Havlicek can't get rid of it, and he's forced to call the timeout. Boston will reset with 13 on the shot clock. Chaney to inbound. Once again, the pass comes to Havlicek, and this time it's stolen away by Van Arsdale. Nicely defended. Quick outlet to Scott. 3-on-2 going the other way. Charlie Scott dribbles down the center of the floor, finds Hawkins on the wing. Hawkins cross-courts it to Van Arsdale. Back to Scott in the middle of the court, and Scott lays it up and good. Good ball movement on that breakout by Phoenix. Scott converts the finish, and it is now 11-10, Phoenix with the lead. Boston now trailing for the first time in the game. They get it to JoJo White. JoJo White out on the perimeter. Comes off the screen, dumps it to Silas, gets it back. But on the return pass, the ball is deflected off the hands of White and out of bounds for the turnover. Phoenix now leading 11-10 with the basketball. Under 8 minutes to play in the first period. As the Suns call a play, and they get it to Van Arsdale again on the perimeter. Van Arsdale comes off the switch. He's got an open look from 15, and he scores again. 13-10 now, Phoenix in the lead. Suns have a nice little run going here as they have gone from 4 points down to 3 points up with 7.5 to play. They look inside to Cowens. His turnaround jump shot is no good. And on the rebound, we've got a whistle and another loose ball foul. This is called on Paul Silas, and Silas will go to the bench with 2 personals. So both the starting power forwards have gone to the bench in foul trouble here early in the first period. Into the game for Boston is Don Nelson, 11 years now out of Iowa, and a good one. Phoenix will set things up. They get the ball into the hands of Hawkins. Hawkins barreling his way into the paint, shoots and misses. And we've got a foul on Hawkins, loose ball foul on the rebound as Cowens came down with it and Hawkins fouled him. Frustration foul there by Connie Hawkins. That is the 3rd team foul on Phoenix. Boston will have possession now, still trailing by 3. They look inside to Nelson. Nelson has those big shoulders and gets into the lane, puts it up around Calhoun, and good. First basket of the game for Don Nelson off the bench. Boston has 12 points. They've had 6 players play in the game so far. Each of them has 2 points. Phoenix has 5 by Connie Hawkins, 4 apiece for Van Arsdale and Scott, and nothing down low from Calhoun, Green, or Walk. Open on the inside now is Calhoun. He wants to change that, but his shot falls off the rim, no good. We've got another whistle and a foul as Calhoun is hit by Don Nelson, and Calhoun will go to the line for a pair of free throws. Already Phoenix in the bonus as Calhoun steps to the line and the first one rattles out. Second shot by Calhoun is good. Phoenix now up 14-12. Boston with the basketball looking to tie the game. And inside they go once again to Don Nelson. Nelson sends it back out to White. White drives the lane. His little teardrop is no good. Rebound is taken by Hawkins. Hawkins with a quick outlet to Charlie Scott. Phoenix has it 3-on-2 going the other way. Scott dribbles down the center of the floor. Dishes it to Van Arsdale on the left. Van Arsdale goes to the left hand, lays it up and good. 6 points now for Van Arsdale. He leads all scorers. Phoenix on top by 4. Boston basketball, they go into Cowens. His left-handed hook is no good, but Cowens gets his own rebound. Cowens on the putback attempt over NEAL WALK, steps around him. Again, cannot get it to go. Rolls off the rim. Van Arsdale takes the rebound. Phoenix wants to run again. They're pushing the tempo with Charlie Scott leading the break. What's he going to do? Oh, he takes it himself. Steps around JoJo White, but missed the layup. But Scott is hit on the play by Cowens, and that will send Charlie Scott to the free throw line. So aggressive play here by Phoenix. In the first quarter, they are already in the bonus. We're not even halfway through the quarter. And on that play, Charlie Scott just took it right to the hole and earns himself a trip to the line for a pair of free throws. The first shot for Charlie Scott is up and good. Scott hits them both. And Phoenix now has taken an 18-12 lead. Big scoring run here by the Suns after they trailed early. All right, Boston now still trailing 18-12, just over 6 minutes to play in the first quarter. And the open man for the Celtics is JoJo White. White at the top of the key, guarded loosely by Scott. Scott knocks it away, and White picks it up, tries to get it to Nelson on the wing, turns it over once again, and it is Phoenix basketball. Celtics already with 4 turnovers in this one. They trail by 6, and Phoenix is looking to extend the lead as the Boston scoring drought continues. Phoenix looks inside to Calhoun. His little jump hook rattles out, and Cowens takes the rebound for Boston. Celtics still trying to get off of the scoring slump. They send it to Chaney on the wing. Chaney drives past Calhoun, lays it up, and good. And that ends the drought and pulls Boston back to within 4. 18-14, Phoenix with the lead and the basketball. They've got Van Arsdale open on the baseline. He sends it down low to Calhoun. Calhoun over to Walk. Around the horn it goes. Scott gets it back to Van Arsdale. And it's Van Arsdale who pulls the trigger from the baseline and scores it. Van Arsdale with a hot hand now, 8 points and 3 rebounds. Once again, Phoenix is pulled out to a 6-point lead. Boston looks inside to Cowens, working on Walk. Again, Cowens cannot get the layup to go, and this time Corky Calhoun pulls the rebound for Phoenix. Phoenix hustles it back. Walk gets down to the block, beats Havlicek to the spot, gets the pass, throws it up, and good. Boy, Phoenix is on fire here. They are 9 for 15 from the field, 4 for 5 from the free throw line, and they have pulled out to an 8-point lead with just under 5 minutes to play in the first period. Havlicek from the outside, picked up out there by Van Arsdale, and Van Arsdale fouled him. Havlicek was about to get past him, and Van Arsdale grabbed him. That foul is called on the floor, and Boston will have the basketball side out. JoJo White gets the inbounds pass to Chaney. Tries to get it back to Chaney, and it's knocked away and out of bounds. Celtics will keep possession. And now we've got Scott and Cowens exchanging words. The pass goes out on top to White. White misses the jump shot, but Havlicek grabs the long rebound, and the Celtics will reset. Now Havlicek has it on the wing. He finds Nelson inside. Nelson lays it off the glass and around the rim and no good. But another offensive board for the Celtics as White got in there and took it away. White now has an open look from the free throw line, about 12 feet out. He scores it. And it is, again, a 6-point game, 22-16. Phoenix with the lead and the basketball. Calhoun wants it in the paint. Turns to his left, puts it up off the glass over Nelson. Can't get it to fall. It's tipped around by Hawkins. Calhoun grabs his own rebound. Calhoun puts it up, pump fakes, takes a little jump shot. Again, it's off target. But he is fouled on the play by Nelson. Nelson is called for the foul on the shot. And that will send Corky Calhoun to the line for a pair of free throws. And that is 2 on Nelson. First free throw by Calhoun is good. And with that, the buzzer sounds, and into the game comes Steve Kaburski. Kaburski into the game for the first time. Fourth-year man out of Bradley, and a serviceable backup, but he is the third stringer out there, as both Nelson and Silas have gone down with foul trouble. Calhoun hits the second free throw. Phoenix now up by 8. Their biggest lead of the game, as we say hello to Al, Red Sox fan in the chat room. Welcome, Al. Please let me know, Al, if you can hear okay. Let's go Celtics, says Al, Red Sox fan. They needed you about 4 minutes ago. They were off to a good lead, and Phoenix has gone on a streak here and taken the lead by 8. 4 minutes to play, first quarter. White gives it to Chaney. Chaney attracts a double team. He sends it over to Havlicek across the court. Havlicek with the fadeaway is good. And the lead is cut to 6. Thank you, Al. Sound is good. Here's an inside look for Connie Hawkins. It's a brick, and Kaburski rebounds for Boston. Now, Red Sox fan is officially the Boston good luck charm as he comes into the chat room, and Havlicek scores 2 in a row and a stop in between, and just like that, the lead is cut to 4. 24-20. Phoenix still has the lead in the basketball, under 3.5 to play, first quarter. Charlie Scott with it out on top. Dribbles. Drives to his right. Gets past White. Lays it up and good. White goes down. No foul is called. But the basket is good. And Phoenix is back on top by 6, 26-20. Okay, I'm going to try turning the sound on and see what happens. I turned the sound off a week or two ago when the game was crashing on me. We'll see if this works. Let's see. Let's go to graphics and sound. We're going to keep the narrator off and just let the sound effects be on. Drop the volume on some of those. And we'll see if this works. As Boston has the basketball trailing by 6. They find Cowens on the baseline. Cowens has been quiet so far this quarter. He cannot knock down the jump shot from the baseline. And Charlie Scott takes the rebound for Phoenix. Phoenix looks to extend the lead. Scott brings up the ball for Phoenix, and we've got a whistle and an illegal defense called. And that will be a technical. That's the second illegal defense of the night. And Van Arsdale will go to the line to shoot the technical free throw. And he drops it home to stretch the lead to 7. Phoenix retains possession. Calhoun to inbound with a fresh 24. Scott takes the jump shot from the top of the key. It's no good, but he is fouled on White. That was a cheap foul, says the referee, and no doubt Al Red Sox fan will concur, as it's Charlie Scott going to the line, 3 to make 2. Scott rolls the first one home. And Scott hits them both. He's got 10 points now. And the Phoenix lead is up to 9, 29-20. As Boston needs to make something happen here. They're going to look inside to Kaburski, who's open in the paint. Working on Calhoun, the smaller player. But the shot is off target. Havlicek sneaks in for the rebound. Sends it back out to White. White on top. Steps around Scott, gets into the lane, lays it up, no good. He missed it. Cowens is able to snag the rebound, but once again we've got a whistle and a loose ball foul on the Celtics. That one whistled on Kaburski, and that will send Connie Hawkins to the line for Phoenix, shooting 2. Hawkins extends it to a double-digit lead as the Celtics have gone quiet here. Hawkins missed the second. But the rebound is tipped around, and it goes back outside to Hawkins. Hawkins picks it up in the lane, puts it up, and good. Actually, Cowens got a piece of it, and he is called for goaltending. So Hawkins gets a 3-point play the hard way. And Phoenix is extended to a 12-point lead, 32-20, as we approach the final 2 minutes of play here in quarter number 1. Open again is Kaburski. Kaburski tries to send it to Cowens. It's knocked out of play, and Boston will retain possession now, 16 on the shot clock. They pitch it into Havlicek. Havlicek drives the lane, tries to dump it to Kaburski in the block, and it is stolen by Calhoun. That's another turnover, and another possession for Phoenix with 2:05 to play. Van Arsdale from the outside. Floats one up from medium range. It's falls short, and the rebound is taken by Kaburski, but we've got another whistle and a loose ball foul called on Van Arsdale. That is his second, and he will have to go to the bench. Into the game comes Hank Finkel from the University of Dayton, a fan favorite everywhere he goes. As Kaburski goes to the bench, Don Chaney also goes to the bench, and Into the game for the first time is Tom Sanders, the 13-year vet out of New York University. For Phoenix, we've got some fresh bodies in the game. Dennis Layton now into the game at the point. He is the rookie out of nearby USC. Clem Haskins from Western Kentucky is now at the shooting guard position. And Paul Stovall takes over at the small forward. He is a rookie out of Arizona State. Another veteran, Walt Wesley out of Kansas, comes into the game at the power forward. And NEAL WALK stays in the game in the low post. So those are your lineups as we head to the final 2 minutes of action here in the first period. Boston wants to run it through Havlicek. He's got an open look from the outside. He cannot score it. But Cowens takes the offensive rebound. Cowens on the putback attempt. His little jump shot is good. And Boston manages to find the net. It is a 10-point lead now. Boston trailing 32-22 as Phoenix comes back down the other way. Haskins zips it to Walk, and Hank Finkel steps in and steals it. Hank Finkel already paying dividends for his Celtics. And now Finkel calls for the ball on the low block. Gets the pass, kicks it back out to Havlicek. Havlicek's shot is no good, and Paul Stovall takes the rebound for Phoenix. Coming back the other way, Stovall wants it in the paint. His turnaround jump shot is good. Paul Stovall, the rookie, coming in and making his presence felt, putting Phoenix up 12, 34-22. And now Boston is going to try and run the offense through Cowens. Cowens comes out, sets the screen for White. White weaves through traffic, lays it up, and good. 6 points for JoJo White. The lead is back to 10. Phoenix with another offensive set. Layton at the point, sends it to Walk on the baseline. Back out to Haskins. Triangle offense being run by Phoenix here. Who will take the shot? It is Haskins who tries to drive the lane, but he is called for the offensive foul. As we've got JT in the chat room. Good evening to you, sir. Friday Night Hoops. And indeed, it is the deciding game of the Silver Tier Playoff Series between the Boston Celtics and the Phoenix Suns. They're tied at 1. The winner will go home, and the loser will advance. Excuse me, the loser will go home, and the winner will advance. I got that all backwards. Discombobulated here on a Friday night. All right, Boston with the basketball, still trailing by 10. 47 seconds left in the period. Art Williams now into the game at the point for Boston. Williams runs the pick and roll, finds Finkel on the inside, and Finkel is fouled. Finkel had an open look, but Walt Wesley fouled him, and that will send Finkel to the free throw line. He is only a 54% free throw shooter, and the first one indeed rolls out. Finkel tees up the second shot, and he missed it again. But Kaburski crashes the boards for the offensive rebound. Kaburski on the putback. Shoots from in close and scores it. So Steve Kaburski helping the Celtics cause with a putback off the missed free throw to cut the lead to 8. 27 seconds to play in the quarter. 24 on the shot clock. Phoenix will burn a little bit of clock here before they get it to Clem Haskins. Right at the free throw line. His jump shot is off target, no good. Rebound is knocked out of bounds. Last touch by the Suns. Boston will get the ball with 15 seconds to play in the period, and they can hold for the final shot. White with it out on top. Finds Cowens on the baseline. The baseline jump shot by Cowens is good at the buzzer. And that will be the end of the first quarter. So it was a struggle for the Celtics at times, but A little run at the end of the period has cut it to a 6-point deficit at the end of the first. As we take a look at the first quarter box score. Phoenix shot 55% from the field and 10 of 12 from the free throw line to jump out to the big lead. Boston was hurt by the free throws. The 10-0 advantage from the free throw line for Phoenix is the difference in this game. Boston has a slight edge in rebounds and assists. Both teams with a few turnovers. Leading scorer in the game is Charlie Scott for Phoenix. He's got 10 points to go with 2 assists. 9 for Van Arsdale, 8 for Connie Hawkins. And for the Celtics, it's 6 apiece for White and Havlicek and Cowens. And as we look at how that first quarter progressed, Boston got off to the early 6-2 lead, stretched it to a 3-point lead at 10-7. And then Phoenix took off on an 11-2 run to take the lead. Boston had another dry spell later in the quarter as Phoenix was able to reel off another 8-0 run to push the lead to 12 points before Boston hit the last 6 points of the period to cut the lead in half. All right, at halftime, we will have some updates from the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network, but now we take you to the second quarter of action with the Suns leading 34-28. The opening tip is in the air. The ref throws up the ball. And NEAL WALK controls the jump for Phoenix. Quickly they work it inside to Hawkins. Hawkins on the low block has a mismatch against Chaney. Lays it up and good. And Hawkins now has double digits with 10. 36-28 now. Phoenix has established an 8-point lead as Boston takes possession for the first time in the period. Trailing by 8. Cowens dishes to Havlicek. Havlicek picks up the loose ball, takes the long shot from 16 feet out, no good. And the rebound for Phoenix taken by Lamar Green back into the game. Once again, Phoenix runs that motion offense. They get it to Bob Walk on the perimeter. Walk finds Hawkins on the low block, and Hawkins is fouled by Chaney. First team foul of the period against the Celtics. It'll be a side out for Phoenix. Lamar Green to inbound. They run a play for NEAL WALK on the baseline. He pulls Cowens out away from the basket. Walk with the deep jump shot around the rim and out, but it is tipped up and good by Lamar Green to put Phoenix back out on top by 10. As Al Red Sox is listening in and finding soccer player photos online. Al, tell us about your soccer project when you get the chance here. And at the next break, we'll hear from Al Red Sox fan about his soccer project. Boston again with the basketball, trying to get the offense going. They run it through Havlicek. He drives to the basket, has it knocked away and stolen by Van Arsdale. Van Arsdale quickly sends it up court to Scott. Scott running the floor. It's 4-on-3. Phoenix with the numbers. Scott back to Van Arsdale. Van Arsdale drives the baseline, lays it up and good. Van Arsdale knocked it away, got it to Scott. Scott back to Van Arsdale for the finish. Phoenix back on top now by 12. 40-28, matching their largest lead of the game. Celtics now working inside to Silas. Silas picks it up, pump fakes again, forgets to dribble, and shuffles the feet. Another Boston turnover. Their 7th of the game, and those are proving to be costly. Phoenix with a chance to stretch the lead. A short jump shot inside by Walk is good. And the lead is stretched to 14. Boy, the math on this is starting to get harder. 42-28, Phoenix with the lead. Boston's got to make something happen. Havlicek and White working back and forth on the outside. They get it to Cowens for the good look inside, and it is blocked by Walk. NEAL WALK got up and blocked that one. And Hawkins takes the rebound. It is all Phoenix here in the second period, as they are dominating the game on both ends of the floor. Here's NEAL WALK inside with an open look against Cowens. That shot is no good. Spins around and out, and Cowens takes the rebound. Now the Celtics can go 3-on-2 the other way. It's Havlicek leading the break. He's got Silas on the wing. Cowens the trailer. Cowens takes the bounce pass from Havlicek and misses the layup. Cowens manages to snag his own rebound. Cowens on the putback attempt, pumps, fakes, shoots, and scores, and he's fouled by Hawkins. How about that? Great hustle by Dave Cowens. He was the trailer on the fast break, missed the layup, got his own rebound, gets the putback and the foul, and Cowens has a chance for a three-point play. As we say good evening to D. Scott Howard in the chat room. Welcome, D. Scott, to tonight's Epic Basketball League action. And our Red Sox fan just picked up headed goal, a Richard Hanna game. Yeah, Richard Hanna, I like 2nd and 10 football, and I enjoy hearing about other projects. Now, Al, is this going to be, is this a World Cup project, international soccer, MLS? What sort of soccer league are you launching here? Looking forward to hearing more. As Dave Cowens steps to the free throw line. And the free throw is good to complete the three-point play. Cowens now leads the Celtics with 9 points and 7 rebounds. But the Boston team, the visitors, still trail by 11. Phoenix setting it up. And again, they've got an open look for Walk on the baseline. He's hit one from out there already. This one he leaves short. Off the rim, off the top of the board, and out of bounds to Boston. Boston regains the basketball in possession now, hoping to cut it to under 10 on this possession. The ball goes to Chaney on the inside. He's working against Hawkins, 18 on the shot clock. Dumps it down low to Cowens, and Cowens is able to convert from the low block. He's got 11, and the lead is cut to 9. International Great World Cup teams, a.k.a. 82 Italy, 58 Brazil, teams like that. All right, yeah, sounds like fun. Hope we get to see a little of that on the channel from time to time, as Phoenix and Boston are duking it out here in Phoenix. Van Arsdale has the basketball for the Suns on the outside, and he scores another one from out there. Van Arsdale having a good night from the floor. He's got 13, and Phoenix is back up by 11, 44-33. Cowens wants it inside. Can they get it down to him? He gets the bounce pass from Silas. The jump shot from in close is good, and Cowens is heating up. The league MVP now with 13 for Boston as he tries to keep the Celtics close. Suns now go to Green on the baseline. He's got Silas on him. Sends it across court to Van Arsdale. Van Arsdale has it tipped away by Havlicek out of bounds. Last touched by Havlicek. Phoenix will reset with 11 on the shot clock. Charlie Scott has it on the outside, working on JoJo White. He steps around JoJo, tries to get it to Hawkins on the wing. Bad pass, stripped and stolen by Chaney. Now Boston's got it 4-on-1 going the other way. Silas with it on the baseline. Silas drops it to Havlicek. Havlicek in the lane, lays it up and scores. So Boston's cut it back to 7. Yeah, as both teams have gone on runs here to start the second period. Phoenix now with the basketball and a 44-37 lead. They've got it to Van Arsdale on the outside again. He's been their hot hand tonight. This time the whistle blows, and Van Arsdale is called for the charge. Lamar Green set the screen for him. But Silas was able to step through the screen and get himself set defensively and take the charge as Van Arsdale tried to turn the corner. That is 3 on Van Arsdale, and he will have to leave the game to be replaced by Clem Haskins. Boston has cut the lead to 7, and they're looking to pull closer on this possession. The ball goes to Havlicek on the wing, and he's got it stolen away by Haskins. 4 on 3 for Phoenix going the other way as Haskins sends it out to Scott. Scott finds Hawkins on the wing. Hawkins across court to Haskins, and Haskins is the victim of a slapping foul on Cowens. That's not very manly. Cowens called for the slapping foul. That is his second, and the second team foul here on the Celtics. Phoenix will reset with a fresh shot clock. Lamar Green to inbound. Gets it to Haskins at the top of the key, and Haskins drills the jump shot. 46-37 now, Phoenix on top. Boston sets the offense. They've got it to Silas, way outside on the wing. He's not going to accomplish much out there. Tries to get it back to White. They dump it to Chaney on the inside, and Chaney finds an opening and lays it up and good. Boy, they made chicken salad on that play. That wasn't looking like much to start. And once again, it is a 7-point game. 8:17 to play here in the second period. Phoenix on top, 46-39. Charlie Scott with the basketball. Draws the double team, but he's fouled by Havlicek on the reach. That'll be a side out for the Suns. Second foul on Havlicek. And now Phoenix is not able to get the shot off ahead of the shot clock, and that'll be a turnover. Boston basketball still trailing by 7. They like Silas down low on the low block. Silas backs in, and he's called for the 3-second call. Could not get the shot off on time. Stingy defense there by Lamar Green causes the turnover, and Phoenix regains possession, still leading by 7. Phoenix running a motion offense. They've got it in the hands of Scott out on top. He wants to attack. He fakes left. He dribbles right. He gets into the lane. Cowens comes over and forces him to alter the shot, but we've got a whistle on the play, and this foul is called on Paul Silas. And Scott, once again, aggressively on the attack. Gets to the free throw line. He makes the first free throw. And with that, the horn sounds, and we've got Silas headed to the bench once again in foul trouble to be replaced by Don Nelson. The second free throw attempt by Scott is off target. And the long rebound is tipped out to JoJo White for Boston. So Phoenix now leads by 8, 47-39. Boston with the basketball, 7 minutes to play in the second period, and it is my privilege to welcome to the chat room the one and only Steve Tower. Let's go Boston. Steve, you may be just the good luck charm that the Celtics need as they trail in this series finale against the Phoenix Suns. 1972-73 Epic Basketball League action. Havlicek on the outside finds Cowens down low. Cowens tries to get it back to Havlicek on the give and go, but it's behind him and out of bounds for another turnover. That is 10 turnovers committed by Boston. That is one big factor in this 8-point deficit. And certainly the free throw totals have strongly favored Phoenix as well. So it has been an uphill struggle for the Celtics throughout the night. Phoenix up by 8. Trying to extend the lead here on offense. As they run the weave out on top, they find Haskins for the outside jump shot. That is no good. And on the rebound, we've got a whistle and a loose ball foul against Clem Haskins. That is his second. And that will give possession back to Boston. Trailing by 8, Boston goes inside to Nelson, and Nelson has it knocked away and stolen by Green. Green got some help on the double team, and Nelson could not escape with the basketball. Here's another look for Charlie Scott. Clean pick and roll with NEAL WALK. This shot by Scott is off target, tipped around and taken by Havlicek. And the Celtics will walk it back the other way. Havlicek now has an open look. From 16 feet out, he pulls the trigger, and he left it short. But Nelson bodies his way in for the rebound. Nelson comes down with the ball, but he's also called for the loose ball foul on the rebound. And that's quickly going to send Don Nelson back to the bench with his third foul. And Steve Kuberski returns to the game for the Celtics. We've just about reached the midpoint of period number 2, with Boston still trailing by 8, 47-39. Phoenix with the lead and the basketball. Open is Haskins on the outside. Steps around Havlicek. Puts up the little teardrop off the glass and good. Phoenix takes the lead by 10, 49-39. Boston runs the offense inside to Kuberski. Kuberski defended by Green. Green tied him up. Lamar Green doing a good job on the defense here in the low block, as he has more than held his own against some stellar players in Silas and now Kuberski. We'll have a jump ball here under the Boston basket. And the tip is taken by Havlicek. They get it to White out on top, down to Cowens. Cowens steps around, walk, but missed the layup. Tip by Sanders, no good. Lamar Green comes out of there with it for Phoenix. Lamar Green doing a good job on the defensive end to get the rebound there and give Phoenix a chance to extend their double-digit lead. Haskins working on Havlicek. Wants to attack. Takes it to the basket. He's cut off by Cowens. The short jump shot is off the rim, no good. Lamar Green on the offensive glass doing work. His putback jumper is good. And the lead is back up to 12. 51-39. Suns with the lead. 5.5 minutes to play, second period. Cowens on the inside again, cannot hit. Tipped back out around to White. White picks up the loose ball on the offensive rebound. He looks for help. They get it into Tom Sanders down low. Sanders swings it over to Havlicek. The outside jump shot by Havlicek is off target, and the rebound is taken for NEAL WALK for the Suns. First rebound of the game for WALK, believe it or not, after he got 16 in Game 2 of this series. WALK with a quick outlet to Charlie Scott. Scott running the floor. Dumps it off to Haskins. Haskins down the lane, lays it up and good. And the roll continues for the Suns. They're back on top by 14, 53-39, matching their biggest lead of the night. As Steve Tower says, uh-oh, this is going the wrong way, and indeed you are correct, sir. And Boston showing no signs of life on the offensive end. Havlicek, what's he going to do? Sends a bounce pass to White for the jumper, and White is able to knock it down. So 8 points now for White, but the Celtics still trail by 12. The Suns look to Scott. Picked up on the outside by White. Scott drives into the lane. The shot is no good, and Cowens takes the rebound for Boston. Now we've got heated conversation between Green and Kuberski down at this end. Play continues as they dump it into Cowens down low. Cowens steps around NEAL WALK, lays it up off the glass, and good. 15 points now for Cowens, and the lead is back to 10. Boston hanging tough, just trying to keep it close. and maybe make a game of it in the second half. Here's an outside look for Connie Hawkins. 12 feet away, he buries that one. Phoenix back on top by 12. Celtics look inside again to Cowens. He's got a good look. He drains another one. Boy, Cowens is carrying the Celtics in this one. He's got 17 points and 8 rebounds. And the lead again is cut to 10. Phoenix back to the offense. They swing it around to Haskins on the outside. His jump shot is way off target. And Cowens takes another rebound for the Celtics. Celtics look to cut into the lead. They dump it into Kaburski. Kaburski working on the low block. He's in heavy traffic, but he is able to unload and score it. Give the assist to JoJo White. The lead is back to 8. 55-47, under 4 minutes to play before halftime. Lamar Green has it on the inside. He has got Kaburski all over him as the shot clock is at 18. Green down low is in trouble and forced to call timeout. And Phoenix is going to have to start over with 14 on the shot clock. Calhoun into the game for Phoenix, as Green needed a rest. Calhoun to inbound. The ball goes into Haskins on the perimeter. Haskins has a screen, has an open look, but cannot get it to fall. Off the back iron, Cowens collects the rebound. And here in the first half, Cowens already has a double-double, 17 points and 10 rebounds. Boston with the basketball now in the hands of Havlicek. Havlicek wants to attack. He's cut off by Hawkins. His short jump shot is off target, but Sanders grabs the offensive rebound for Boston. The veteran Tom Sanders coming up strong. Sanders takes it up with the putback. He fakes, he shoots, he misses. And the rebound is tipped around to Hawkins. And on the rebound, we've got a whistle and a loose ball foul called on Kaburski. And with Phoenix in the bonus, that will send NEAL WALK to the free throw line for 2. WALK converts on the first. A quiet night for NEAL WALK, only 5 points and 1 rebound after WALK put up 30 points and 16 rebounds in the Game 2 victory for Phoenix. Second shot by WALK is good, and the lead is back to 10. Just over 3 minutes to play before halftime. And Havlicek gets it on the outside. It's punched away and stolen by Haskins. Those pesky Suns have now got 6 steals tonight. Boston with a total of 12 turnovers. Back the other way. It's an open look for Haskins. Drives to the basket. Cowan steps over and cuts him off, but Haskins scores it off the glass and good. Actually, off the glass and tipped home by NEAL WALK for the Suns. Phoenix back on top by 12. It's been a game of these little mini runs, but Phoenix has had more mini runs than Boston. And they're back on top here by 12 as a shot by JoJo White is off target, rebounded by Hawkins. Charlie Scott thought about running, but the Boston transition defense got back quickly, and they're forced to pull up and start the offensive set. Here's an inside look for WALK, and he is fouled by Kaburski on the reach, and WALK will go back to the line for 2 free throws. WALK at 79%, very good free throw shooter for a big man, as he knocks home the first. WALK is off target on the second, the rebound taken by Cowens. That puts the lead at 13, 60-47. As Boston tries to make another run here at the end of the first half as they did at the end of the first quarter. Cowens now available on the baseline. He steps around WALK. Nice move, but cannot get the layup to go as WALK got a piece of it. And on the Rebound, we've got a whistle and a loose ball foul called against JoJo White. And that will send NEAL WALK back to the free throw line for 2 more shots. WALK hits the first. And look at that. It is now a 15-1 advantage from the free throw line for Phoenix. Make it 16-1. And I tell you, Boston coach Tom Heinsohn is not at all happy with that differential. He is letting the refs know what he thinks about home cooking, as Phoenix now has opened up a 15-point lead entirely due to a 16-1 advantage from the free throw line. They get it to Havlicek on the wing. This time he takes the outside jumper and scores it. And they're going to need a lot more of that out of their Hall of Famer Havlicek if they're going to climb back into this one, or at least keep it close coming down the stretch. Phoenix with a basketball, leading by 13. Their hot hand this corner is NEAL WALK. He gets it down low, steps around Cowens, and scores it again. No Tommy points for the refs, says Steve Tower, as Phoenix goes back on top by 15 with the shot by WALK. Boston basketball now. They work it to White. White isolated out on top against Scott. Dribbles around Scott, gets into the lane, but cannot get the layup to fall. Tom Sanders with another offensive rebound for Boston. And Sanders cannot put it home, but his shot is pulled down by Havlicek, and Havlicek kicks it back out for the Celtics to reset as we hit the 2-minute mark to play in the second period. White pulls the ball back out to the perimeter, calls a play, sends it to Havlicek. Havlicek drives, throws a lousy pass, telegraphed by Havlicek and stolen away by NEAL WALK. Phoenix comes back the other way. They've got an open look for Haskins, but he left that one short. Corky Calhoun on the offensive glass for Phoenix. Calhoun with a putback attempt is good, and he is fouled on the play by Sanders. So a 3-point play opportunity for the rookie Corky Calhoun, as Phoenix is opening up a can of whoop-ass here in the second period. The free throw by Calhoun is good. He converts on the 3-point play, and Phoenix is stretched out to an 18-point lead with 1.5 minutes to play in the second period. Cowens on the baseline, has it knocked away, gets it back, puts up a wild shot, nothing but air, out of bounds. Basketball goes to Phoenix. And Cowens is going to go to the bench now. We have got only one starter on the court for Boston, and that's Chaney. Art Williams and the rookie Paul Westphal are in the game for Boston in the backcourt, along with Tom Sanders and the esteemed Hank Finkel down low. Phoenix has Charlie Scott as their only member of the starting lineup on the floor. He's joined in the backcourt by Dennis Layton. And across the front line, it is Paul Stovall, Corky Calhoun, and now Walt Wesley at the center position for the final 1:23 here before halftime. Scott from the outside steps into the lane. His little teardrop shot is no good, and Art Williams pulls the rebound for Boston. Williams now running the point, sends it over to Westphal. They get it to Chaney on the outside, and Chaney is able to convert from the perimeter for the Celtics. And we have reached the 1-minute mark in the quarter. Boston cuts the lead to 16. As Salvador America is in rooting for the Celtics. Everybody is rooting for the Celtics, and it doesn't seem to be doing them any good, as they trail by 16 points here late in the second period. Stovall has it on the outside, 13 on the shot clock, and he's got Don Chaney all over it. He looks into the inside, can't find anybody, sends it out to Layton on the perimeter, and with the shot clock running down, Dennis Layton is able to nail the perimeter jump shot. His first basket of the night puts Phoenix back out on top by 18 with 45 seconds to play. Boston desperately searching for offense anywhere they can find it. They look to Chaney on the perimeter. Free throw line extended. Chaney is fouled by Stovall. Phoenix had a foul to give. And Boston will have to reset now with 32 seconds remaining in the half. Chaney to inbound. They get it to Howard Finkel down low. Finkel on the inside, stops, takes the short jump shot and scores it. First two of the game for Howard Finkel. Cuts it again to a 16-point game. And with 22 seconds to go in the half, the Suns will hold for the final shot. Calhoun tries to post up, rises up inside. His shot is off the rim, no good, but he is fouled on the play by Finkel. And that will send Corky Calhoun to the line with 1 second left to play for 3 to make 2. Calhoun good on the first. Calhoun 2 for 2 on that try. He's got 8 points now. And with 1 second to play, we'll see if Boston can pull a rabbit out of the hat here before halftime. Havlicek throws it up from center court. It is off the front rim, no good. And that will end the first half with your score, Phoenix 71 and Boston 53. And on the way to the locker room, Tom Heinsohn is giving the referees a serious piece of his mind. Oh my goodness, Salvador America got a drain tube taken out this afternoon. Must have just had a surgical procedure of some sort. We certainly wish you all the best in your recovery as we pause momentarily at the end of the first half. I'll put the box score up for you to review as I take a brief hiatus. All right, we are back as we take a look at the halftime box score. It is a 18-point lead for the Phoenix Suns as they have been on the attack. The turnovers are huge. Only 6 turnovers for Phoenix. They are taking very good care of the basketball, unlike the opposition, Boston with 13 turnovers. And it has been a rough night on the turnover standpoint for John Havlicek, who has got 7 of those 13 turnovers for the Celtics. Lots of foul trouble for Boston. Silas with 3, Kaburski with 3, Nelson with 3. And a cornucopia of players with 2 apiece. Leading scorer for Boston is Cowens with 17 points and 11 rebounds. He is the only guy earning his salary for the Celtics here tonight. Yeah, Dave, I had my left thyroid removed. It was swollen and pushing my esophagus to the right. Goodness sakes. I hope you have a happy recovery. All is going to be fine. Hopefully there was no cancer involved in that thyroid removal. And maybe it was just a big benign cyst of some sort. For the Phoenix Suns, 13 apiece for Van Arsdale and Walk. Boy, Walk really came on in that second period. Hawkins with 12 and Scott with 11 for the Suns. As we look at the scoring by quarter. And indeed, it was Walk with 11, Cowens with 11 for their respective squads in that second period. as we hear from Salvador, waiting to hear about that. And, sir, I will be praying for you now and throughout the weekend to come, and hoping for the best for your biopsy results. Now, before we head back to the second half, we'll give you some updates from around the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network. It was a very interesting week for Heartland Championship Wrestling this week. In Pro Wrestling Mid-America, our territory that runs through Texas and Kansas City and St. Louis, through the mid portion of the country, a new Southland heavyweight champion was crowned, and that man is Terry Funk. Terry Funk winning the Southland heavyweight championship in shocking fashion with a victory over Dusty Rhodes. And that victory was punctuated by the arrival in Texas for the first time of Dory Funk Jr., who helped Terry Funk with the double team on Dusty Rhodes, which earned Terry Funk the Southland Heavyweight Championship. And Dusty Rhodes is none too happy about that. He has already challenged Dory Funk Jr. to a grudge match. And we will see that grudge match in the near future. Also in Pro Wrestling Mid-America, the PWMA Heavyweight Championship is vacant, as Nick Bockwinkel has surrendered the belt upon winning the World Heavyweight Championship. So we had a couple of matches on Wednesday night to decide the top contenders. And believe it or not, it will be ally versus ally when Ted DiBiase takes on Steve Dr. Death Williams to settle that championship. That match will take place on TV, not this Saturday, but next Saturday, as we will have a big televised broadcast. Tomorrow on the channel, there will be Heartland Championship Wrestling, brought to you by Heartland Ladies Wrestling. The main event will be a rematch for the Heartland Ladies Tag Team Championship, as the new champions, Allison Danger and Leva Bates, collectively known as Regeneration X, take on the former champions, the Kimber Bombs, Kimber Lee and Cherry Bomb. Also on the channel tomorrow in singles action, it will be Legit Layla Hirsch taking on Nicole Matthews, making her singles debut on the channel. And in our third main event, it will be a contract challenge match, as Tasha Steeles has already won 2 of these qualifying matches, and she just needs one more victory to earn a full-time contract with Heartland Ladies Wrestling, but she's going to have to go through the veteran Judy Martin to earn that contract. So Layla Hirsch versus Nicole Matthews, Tasha Steeles versus Judy Martin, and Regeneration X taking on the Kimber Bombs tomorrow on Heartland Championship Wrestling on the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network. And of course on Sunday morning, the return of My Journey with Jesus, as we talk about the Pharisee and the tax collector. And that will be Sunday morning. Next week we will have Epic Basketball League on Friday night. 2 weeks from tonight, there will be a special presentation of basketball, as the Midwest Basketball League All-Star Game will take place. That is my draft league using the current players. The All-Star voting is already underway. And 2 weeks from tonight, me and my buddies from the Midwest Basketball League will be on the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network. Always a fun time to get the Midwest Basketball League All-Star Game on the channel, and we are looking forward to that. So those are the updates from the channel, and we are ready to head back to action here for half number 2 to see if the Boston Celtics can climb back into this one and stave off elimination here in the silver tier of the Epic Basketball League playoffs for 1972-73. Thanks to everybody for turning out. Great crowd here tonight and plenty of excitement in the chat room. as we are ready to tip things off here in the third quarter. And once again, the referee throws up the ball. And Boston wins the tip. Cowens controls it, and they get it to JoJo White. JoJo White wants to attack. White, 18 feet away, dribbles into the lane, dumps it off to Don Chaney. Chaney puts it up no good, but he is fouled by NEAL WALK. And Chaney will go to the free throw line for 2. So whatever Tom Heinsohn had to say to these referees heading into halftime must have had some impact, as right off the get-go, the Celtics head to the free throw line. Chaney connects on the first. Very good free throw shooter was Don Chaney, 79% on the season. He connects on both, and that cuts it to a 16-point deficit for the Celtics. Phoenix with their first possession of the half. Looking for an open man, it goes to Hawkins on the perimeter. He's picked up out there by Chaney, only 13 on the shot clock. Van Arsdale comes off a screen. Hawkins finds him with the pass, but the shot by Van Arsdale is offline. Last touched by Phoenix in the battle for the rebound. Boston gets possession. Celtics are going to set it up once again. And they find Cowens on the baseline. Cowens from the outside. The fadeaway jump shot is good. Cowens now with 19. And Boston is looking to cut into the lead early here in the third period. Hope springs eternal among Celtics fans. If they can get it to within 10 points or so by the fourth quarter, there's still plenty of time for the Celtics to make a game of this one. Phoenix on the offense. They look inside to Connie Hawkins. Hawkins with Chaney on a size mismatch in the paint. Unloads from point-blank range, but it's off target. And JoJo White comes in to catch the board for Boston. White takes the long rebound. Runs it back the other way. It's a 3-on-1 break. Chaney's got it at the free throw line. Finds White streaking down the left side. And the shot by White is blocked. Great recovery by NEAL WALK to come back and tip that shot out of the air. Get that shot out of here, says NEAL WALK. Van Arsdale takes the rebound for Phoenix, and the Suns dodged a bullet on that possession. Here's Charlie Scott with it. He beats the defense back down the other way. Takes it inside for the layup, which is no good, but he is hit on the head by Chaney. Whistle and the foul will send Charlie Scott to the line for 2. Fix must be hometown refs, says Clinton Parks. How so high school? Welcome, Clinton Parks. It is good to have you here in the chat room for some Friday night basketball action. As Charlie Scott steps to the line and converts on the first. Scott 2 for 2 on the free throws. He's got 13 points on the night. 13 for Van Arsdale, 13 for WALK, and 12 for Connie Hawkins, as Phoenix has come at Boston from every direction. Boston now with the basketball. Looking to get the offense running. It ends up with JoJo White for the 15-footer. Tough shot, hand in the face. It's long and grabbed out of the air by Hawkins. Back the other way, it is Hawkins who gets to the low block. Gets the pass from Charlie Scott, posts up on Chaney, shoots and scores. And just like that, the lead is back to 18, 75-57. Phoenix back on top. The open man for Boston now is Chaney. Chaney on the perimeter, drives around Hawkins, gets to the basket with the left hand, lays it up and good. Chaney not usually much of a scorer, but he's got 12 points on the night. Phoenix back the other way. Gets it to Hawkins on the perimeter. Hawkins comes off a screen. He's got an open look. His shot is off target, but we've got a whistle and a foul. And that is called on Paul Silas. That is 4 on Silas. Silas was muscling his way through the screen and made contact on the shot attempt. That is 4 fouls on Silas. And he is going to be back to the bench once again. Silas has been in foul trouble all night long. And that has not helped the Boston cause. As Connie Hawkins converts both the free throws. And Phoenix is back on top by 18, 77-59. As the verbal tirades continue from Tom Heinsohn on the Celtics bench. Don Nelson now into the game for Boston. Works his way down to the low block. Sends it back over to Havlicek on the perimeter. And that pass is astray, and it's another Boston turnover. 14 turnovers to 6. Phoenix taking very good care of the basketball on the night. As once again the Celtics come back on the defense. They need to stop here. And the ball is knocked away by Havlicek, picked up by Hawkins. Hawkins takes it to the goal and scores it. He's now got 18 to lead the Suns, and it is a 20-point margin. Things going from bad to worse for the Celtics as Havlicek knocked that one away. Thought he had a chance at a turnover, but it was Hawkins who grabbed the loose ball and laid it home. Here's Havlicek now with a jump shot from the perimeter. That's no good. Skitters out of bounds, last touch by the Celtics. Another possession for Phoenix. Another look inside for Hawkins. He's the hot hand here in the third period. He's got Chaney on him on the low block, and Chaney grabbed him. Chaney called for his fourth personal foul, and he heads to the bench. It has been a disastrous night for the Celtics. Phoenix up by 20, as both Chaney and Silas, they're all defensive players, have gone to the bench in foul trouble. Phoenix calls the play. They go inside once again to Hawkins. Hawkins gets into the paint, posting up on Havlicek, and the short jumper is swatted away by Cowens. Cowens came over on the double team, got a piece of that one. Don Nelson took the rebound for the Celtics. Now White brings it up the court, finds Nelson on the inside. Quick move to the basket by Nelson. Off the glass and good. 79-61 now. Phoenix sets up the offense. Sending it to Van Arsdale on the wing. Van Arsdale's had a good night shooting, but he left that one short. And JoJo White comes away with the rebound for Boston. Celtics will walk it back the other way. Pass goes to Havlicek at the elbow. Havlicek shoots, leaves it short. Out of bounds. Ball goes over to Phoenix. Havlicek just cannot hit and cannot take care of the basketball here tonight. As Phoenix again has the opportunity to stretch the lead back to 20. Outside it goes to Van Arsdale from the perimeter, and he is called for, actually JoJo White is called for the reach-in foul, and that is quickly 4 team fouls against the Celtics. And before you know it, Phoenix is going to be back in the bonus. And Steve Tower is threatening to beat the traffic home if this continues. Phoenix with an 18-point lead now, and Lamar Green preparing to inbound. The inbounds pass comes into Hawkins. Hawkins now steps away to the perimeter, taking Sanders with him. Ooh, finds a nice pass inside to Lamar Green, and Lamar Green rings that one up, and the lead is back to 20. Every time you think the Celtics are showing signs of life, Phoenix just squashes them like a bug. JoJo White now on the top of the key, gets into the lane, steps around Scott. Scott flops, no call, and White lays it up and good. 10 points now for JoJo White. 81-63. Phoenix sets up the offense. They work it into NEAL Walk down low. Walk on the inside with a little fadeaway. That's good. Give the assist to Charlie Scott. 15 for Walk. And the lead is once again up to 20. Boston wants to find Cowens. Cowens has been their best player here tonight. He's open inside against Walk. Walk knocks it away. And it is last touched by Van Arsdale on the way out of bounds. Boston will keep possession with 17 on the shot clock. The inbounds pass comes to Sanders. Sanders with the mismatch down low over Charlie Scott. His short jump shot is off the front of the rim, no good. But Havlicek catches the rebound for Boston, and the Celtics will reset. White calls a play. Motion offense. Inside to Kaburski on the low block. Kaburski fakes left, turns right, has it punched away by Green, out of bounds. Boston will keep possession again. But again, the Celtics not able to convert a couple of inside opportunities. 13 on the shot clock now as the Celtics go to set things up. Sanders to inbound. To Havlicek on the outside. Havlicek from the perimeter. Had a look at a shot. Van Arsdale denied him the shot. Havlicek tried to dump it into the low post. Out of bounds once again. Another turnover by the Celtics. That is 15 on the night. And Tom Heinsohn can yell at the referees all he wants to, but he's just got to look at those turnover numbers to see where the real problem lies. Phoenix leading by 20, goes inside to Walk on the elbow. He shoots and scores, and he is fouled by Sanders. That is the 5th team foul on Boston, and that will send NEAL WALK to the line to complete the three-point play. He missed the shot, but he'll get the bonus here. And another crack at it. Walk scores on the second opportunity. He's now got 18, and the lead for Phoenix has swelled to 23. 86-63. Celtics in a deep, deep deficit here midway through the third period. Inside they look to Kaburski. Kaburski down on the blocks, off the glass, and good. Back over to Phoenix. Phoenix looking to Hawkins on the inside again. And Hawkins this time is called for the offensive foul. The veteran Tom Sanders stood his ground and drew the charge. Boston regains possession, but they still trail by 21. Oh, and we've got a runtime error. First one of those we've seen in a while. Rest assured, Boston fans, these usually are easy enough to recover if we restart the software. And we go to the basket here, and we will try to play resume saved game. This is 3:25. And indeed, we are able to restore the game. 6.5 minutes to play in the third period. Boston with the basketball trailing 86-65. Interior screen for Cowens. He's got a mismatch against Van Arsdale. Can he convert down low? He comes off the screen. He takes the pass. The short jump shot is swatted away by NEAL WALK on the help. Cowens gets his own rebound. Cowens takes it back up strong. Can't get the shot off over NEAL WALK. Tries to dump it to Kaburski down low. Threw it behind him and out of play for turnover number 16. Boston just cannot get out of their own way in this one. Phoenix goes back to Hawkins in the paint. He's got a mismatch against Havlicek, but cannot get the shot to go. NEAL WALK comes in for the offensive glass. And Walk is not able to get the putback to go. He gets his own rebound. Walk takes it up strong once again. Lays it up off the window and good. So Phoenix had 3 cracks at it that time. The third time was a charm. And the Suns are back on top by 23. Celtics now look to Havlicek on the outside. Can he score from the perimeter? No, he's off target again. And NEAL WALK with another rebound for the Suns. It's 4-on-3 going the other way. Charlie Scott leading the charge. Sends it to Van Arsdale on his left. Van Arsdale dumps it down to Walk down low, and Walk cannot hit the layup. Off the heel of the rim, no good. Kaburski takes the rebound for Boston. Give Kaburski credit. Still hustling in spite of the 23-point deficit as he got back and rebounded the missed layup. Here's JoJo White now coming back the other way. Drives into the paint, steps around Charlie Scott, lays it up and good. White now with 12, and the lead is cut back to 21. Phoenix sets things up, gets it to Charlie Scott. Scott on the outside, comes off the screen by Walk, goes to his left, lays it up and good. JoJo White tried to draw the offensive foul with a little flop, and the referees weren't having it. And Tom Heinsohn, his mood is not getting any better. Scott with 15 now, and the lead back to 23. Celtics now get it into Cowens down low. Cowens on the low block with Walk on him. Fakes him, gets around him, shoots, no good. Sanders with the offensive rebound. Sanders on the putback. Is swatted by Hawkins. Hawkins got a piece of that one. Cowens grabs the rebound. Cowens again takes it up strong. And again, he cannot get it to fall. And this time, NEAL WALK takes the rebound for Boston. Boy, the Celtics' shooting percentage is sinking like a sunset. It is down to 44%. They were up around 50 earlier in the game. Phoenix now leading by 23, and their field goal percentage is 53%, which is stellar. The open man coming back is Hawkins. Hawkins from the outside, guarded by Sanders, cannot get the shot to go. And on the rebound, we have got a loose ball foul called against Tom Sanders for the Celtics. And that will send Walk back to the free throw line. Walk did a nice job following his shot. And the referees were more than happy to send Walk back to the free throw line. Walk 1 out of 2 on the free throws. Cowens takes the rebound. The lead is now 24, the largest of the game for the Suns. 5 minutes to play in the third. Celtics look inside to Sanders. Sanders with the 5-footer, tough shot, off glass and good. First points of the game for the veteran Tom Sanders. 91-69. Phoenix setting it up. Back on the offensive end with Scott. Scott working on White, calls for the screen, drives to the basket, tries to send it to Hawkins on the baseline. That pass goes astray, and that's a turnover. Only the 8th turnover of the night for Phoenix compared to 16 on Boston. Celtics now setting up the offense. 4:24 to play. It goes to Havlicek on the outside. He puts up the jump shot and finally gets one to go. Only 12 points on the night for Havlicek. He's probably got almost that many turnovers. Todd B is in the chat room. Looks like my game earlier tonight with the 65-66 Warriors old school over the 2021 Warriors. Barry with 39. So welcome Todd B to tonight's ball game. As Boston with the Havlicek jump shot has pulled back to within 20. 91-71 is your score. 4:20 to play in the third period. They look inside to Hawkins once again. Defended by Sanders, and Hawkins is fouled. They call that one on Kaburski, who came over on the double team. And that's going to send Connie Hawkins to the free throw line. First shot by Hawkins is up and good. Hawkins off target with the second, and Tom Sanders takes the rebound. 4:03 to play. Boston with the basketball. Can they get it into the paint? Havlicek sends it to Nelson. Nelson bounces it down low to Cowens on the low block. He fakes. He shoots. He misses. And he is knocked down by Walk. He got Walk up in the air with a pump fake, and Walk fouled him. Cowens will get to shoot two. First shot by Cowens is good. Cowens 2 for 2 on that trip. He's got 21 points, 14 rebounds, and the lead stands at 19 with under 4 minutes to play. Phoenix rearranges the floor. Scott sends it down to Walk in the paint. Walk tosses it up, nothing but the bottom of the net. 23 for Walk, and the lead is back to 21. 94-73. JoJo White looks to set up the offense. He finds Don Nelson on the baseline. That shot is no good. Havlicek crashes the boards and grabs the rebound, but he is called for the over-the-top loose ball foul, and that will send Charlie Scott to the free throw line. Scott misses the first. He'll get 2 on the loose ball foul. And he gets the second one to go. 95-73 Phoenix. 3:37 to play here in the third. White sets up the offense. Nelson has it on the low block. He shoots and scores. 6 points now for Don Nelson. And the lead is back to 20. Phoenix sets it up on the other end. They get it inside to Corky Calhoun now in the game. His short jump shot is off the glass and no good, but he is fouled on the play by Nelson to the surprise of no one. The free throw line parade continues. And as go the free throw totals, goes the blood pressure of one coach, Tom Heinze. As Corky Calhoun steps to the line. He converts a pair, and he's now got 10 points on the night. 97-75. Boston back on offense. White can't find an open teammate. Takes the mid-range jump shot. That's no good. Rebound taken by Connie Hawkins. It's 4-on-3 going the other way for Phoenix. Numbers in transition. Scott dribbles to his left. Scott attacks the glass. Gets into lane, and he's called for the offensive foul. Good positioning by Havlicek to draw the charge. And with under 3 to play, Boston will take possession. It's Havlicek on the outside. He is trying to get to the paint. His shot is blocked by Walk. Rebound tipped around and grabbed by Cowens. Cowens on the putback attempt. His left-handed hook is too strong. And the rebound is taken by Connie Hawkins for Phoenix. Another futile possession for the Celtics. Van Arsdale with it now for the Hawks on the perimeter. His perimeter jump shot is way offline. That's an air ball, and that's out of bounds to the Celtics. 2.5 to play in the third, as Boston sets things up on the offensive end. The ball goes to White out on top. White has had some success attacking. He drives on Scott. Gets into the paint. Shoots from the free throw line extended, no good. Cowens takes the rebound and loses it out of bounds. They charge another turnover to the Celtics. That is 17. 97-75 as we approach the 2-minute mark in period number 3. Dennis Layton now gets into the lane with it. He's cut off by Cowens. His shot is no good. Paul Stovall comes in for the offensive board for Phoenix. Stovall goes up strong on the putback attempt, but he's called for the offensive foul. Art Williams now into the game to run the point for the Celtics. It goes to Havlicek once again on the perimeter. He's got an open look now as he comes off the screen. His long shot is no good, but he is fouled on the play by Layton, trying to break down the screen. And Havlicek will go to the line for a pair of free throws. Just the third team foul of the period on the Suns against 9 for Boston. Hank Finkel into the game for the Celtics. As Havlicek 2 for 2 from the free throw line. And the lead is back to 20. 97-77. 1:50 to play in the third. Phoenix runs the offense inside to Stovall. Stovall picked up in the paint by Minor, and Minor slaps him. Another slapping foul. Goodness gracious. Mark Minor, a rookie, by the way, out of Ohio State, called for the slapping foul that will send Paul Stovall to the free throw line for Phoenix. Stovall converts the first. Paul Westphal into the game for Boston. Stovall 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Another rebound for Cowens, another possession for Boston. Westphal just got into the game, and he's already having words with Corky Calhoun. Westphal gets the ball, dumps it to Finkel. Finkel on the inside, working on Wesley. Good look inside, off the rim, no good. And Paul Stovall with another rebound for Phoenix. Phoenix goes to Haskins on the perimeter. Clem Haskins now into the game. He tries to get one off, but he loses it out of bounds. Off his own leg. Actually, last touched by Minor. Phoenix will retain possession, 7 on the shot clock. And Phoenix not able to get the shot off. That's a 24-second violation. 98-77, 1 minute to play in the third. Can Boston get something done here? Open on the low block is Finkel again. Working on the veteran Walt Wesley. Finkel pump fakes, gets Wesley into the air, steps around him, lays it up, and good. Nice looking play by Hank Finkel. And it is a 19-point game with under a minute to play in the third. Phoenix on the offense. They go inside to Calhoun. He's got Cowens all over it. He forces one up. And gets it to go. How about that? Calhoun dunks it. Boy, if that doesn't add insult to injury. It is now 100-79. Phoenix putting up triple digits before the end of period number 3. Now Boston has it in the hands of the rookie Paul Westphal. Westphal gets down the lane, tries to dump it off to Minor, and that is behind him and out of bounds for another turnover. 22 seconds left in the third period. Phoenix with the possession, and they're going to hold for the final shot of the period. That shot will be taken by Stovall. Up off the glass and no good, but Stovall is fouled on the play by Minor. And with 1 second to play, Stovall will go to the line for 3 to make 2. As Tom Heinsohn picked the wrong week to stop sniffing glue. Stovall gets the second of the 3. Stovall 2 for 3. And with 1 second to play, the lead is back up to 23. 102-79. As Salvador America is calling for the rally. They try to get it inside to Cowens. Can they get something off before the buzzer? Cowens on the inside, flips it up at the buzzer and around the rim and off. End of the third quarter. It is Phoenix 102, Boston 79. And If you enjoy looking at car crashes, we're going to take a look at the box score. As Phoenix has put up better than 30 points in each of the 3 quarters of play. Leading Phoenix is Bob Walk with 23 points and 6 rebounds, 19 and 9 for Connie Hawkins. And D. Scott Howard comes back hoping it might be a little closer. But unfortunately, it is still a 23-point deficit faced by the Celtics. They're going to have to about pitch a shutout here in period number 4 to get back into this one. Havlicek with Cowens with 21.17 rebounds for the Celtics, but only 9 for 25 from the field. That's nothing compared to what's happening in the backcourt, as Havlicek is 6 for 18 with 8 turnovers. White 6 for 15. Boston as a whole shooting 43% compared to 52% for the Suns. But again, those free throw numbers, a 32-7 advantage for the Suns, as the foul totals are 30-17. This is ugly. What's the biggest comeback in action PC basketball you've had? That is a great question. I think we've had comebacks from 20. We had one on the channel a number of weeks ago that was quite incredible. Don't remember all the details, but if Boston comes back from 23 in this one, it will indeed be a miracle. The opening tip-off is controlled by Boston, so they'll get the first crack at it here in the 4th. They dump it inside to Cowens from 5 feet away. He cannot hit, but he is fouled on the play by Calhoun, and Cowens will go back to the free throw line. Yeah, our Red Sox fan also remembers a huge comeback that took place a couple weeks ago. Cowens hits the first free throw. Cowens missed the second. Clem Haskins takes the rebound, but has it stolen away by Cowens. Boston gets another possession here. It's Westphal on the outside. Westphal wants to attack. He takes it to the hoop. Tries to cross-court it to Minor out of bounds, and that is another turnover. So you're saying there's a chance, says Todd B. Quote from Dumber and Dumber. 102-80, Phoenix with the lead and the basketball. Running a very methodical offense as they dump it into Stovall on the inside. Stovall looks to Wesley on the low block. Wesley cannot hit the 5-footer, but Stovall takes the rebound. And Phoenix will reset. Out on top it goes to Layton. Layton sends it back over to Stovall, free throw line extended. His shot is no good, and Hank Finkel takes the rebound for Boston. Celtics with another possession here. Williams has it on the outside. Working on Layton, drives to the hoop. Dumps it to Minor, gets it back, shoots and scores. First basket of the night for Art Williams, and it's a 20-point game, 102-82. Can Boston get another stop here? The ball goes to Haskins on the outside. Picked up by Westphal. Haskins with a chance at an open look, but cannot get it off before the shot clock expires. And Boston gets a stop. 10:43 to play. It's still a 20-point game. Boston's going to look inside to Finkel. Pump fakes. Shoots. Leaves it short. Stovall takes the rebound for Phoenix. Another possession for the Suns. They get it into the hands of Layton on the outside. Layton on the attack. Gets a pick. Gets into the lane. Lays it up and good. 4 points now for Dennis Layton. And it is once again a 22-point lead. Boston looks to Cowens inside. Cowens kicks it back out to Williams for the perimeter jump shot, and it's nowhere close. Williams missed everything on that one. I don't know if y'all saw the Indiana game the other night in the NCAAs where the ball got stuck on top of the backboard, between the backboard and the shot clock. And the players couldn't get it down, the referees couldn't get it down, so they got the cheerleaders. And like they do, the male cheerleader picked up the female cheerleader and hoisted her up overhead as he held her by the feet, and the female cheerleader was able to rescue the basketball off the top of the backboard. And that was a viral video courtesy of the Indiana cheerleading squad. All right, so that having been said, we will get back to action here with Phoenix in possession, leading 104-82 as we approach the 10-minute mark to play in the ball game. It goes to Haskins on the outside. Haskins with the perimeter jump shot, passes up the shot, tries to send it over to Stovall. Lost it out of bounds. So good defense by Paul Westphal forces the turnover there. And Paul Silas returns to the game. We'll see if they can keep Silas on the court for 30 seconds before he gets into foul trouble again. That's been really the untold story here for Boston, is the foul trouble by Paul Silas. Bobby Knight would have gotten it down with a thrown chair. All right, 104-82, Boston with the basketball. They dump it inside again to Finkel. Finkel in the paint. Tries to throw a skip pass to Miner and throws it into the stands. Finkel had an open look at his shot there. I have no idea why he turned it away. But that's another turnover. 20 turnovers now for the Celtics as things continue to spiral downward. 9.5 minutes to play. Phoenix still on top by 22 with the basketball. Running the motion offense, they get it down low to Wesley. Wesley going to work inside on Finkel. Shoots and scores. 106-82. They go to Silas this time on the inside. Silas with the board above him. His short rainbow jumper is good. 4 points for Paul Silas, and the Boston fans can only think what would have been if Silas were able to put in his normal quota of minutes in this one. Phoenix back the other way, gets it inside to Stovall. Stovall with a jumper from in close is off the rim, no good. Stovall is screaming for a call, and Silas grabs his second rebound of the game. I don't know what Stovall is thinking, screaming for a call when the foul differential is what it is. Boston looks to Westphal on the perimeter. Fancy pass from Williams. Westphal gets into the lane, shoots and scores. First basket of the night for the rookie, top draft pick for the Celtics out of USC. And it is once again a 20-point game. But the clock is the enemy here as we're down to 8:40 to play. Now 8:30. As Phoenix sets up the offense again and dumps it down to Walt Wesley. Wesley in the lane, posts it up against Finkel. Pump fakes, shoots, and scores. Phoenix happy to trade baskets in this situation as the clock ticks down. Here's another look inside for Silas from point-blank range. He converts again. And again, the lead is cut to 20. But another minute goes by and we hit the 8-minute mark. Once again, Phoenix works it down to Wesley. Double pumps, shoots, and scores. And he's fouled by Finkel on the play. Walt Wesley doing work here in the fourth quarter with NEAL WALK on the bench. Wesley with a chance at a three-point play. He's not a good free throw shooter. And that one is offline, rebounded by Finkel for Boston. The lead is still 22. As Boston looks inside to Finkel. Finkel steps around. Wesley lays it up and good. It's the battle of the backups. It's a 20-point game, and we're at the 7:47 mark to play. Layton sets up the offense, drives baseline, runs into Williams, lays up and in, but they wave it off as Layton is called for the offensive foul. Now the Boston starting unit returns to the court. I don't know if that's good news or bad news. These are the guys that dug the deficit to begin with. But with 7.5 to play, we've got the starting units in for both squads. The lead is still 20 for Phoenix as they attempt to close it out here in the fourth. The pass goes to Chaney on the inside, working on Hawkins. 12 on the shot clock. Chaney kicks it out to Havlicek. The quick jump shot by Havlicek is good. Can Boston get a stop now? 110-92 is the lead. Inside it goes to Walk on the offense. Walk rises up, shoots, and scores. Give the assist to Charlie Scott as Phoenix content to continue trading baskets. We're down to 7 minutes to play. Inside they look to Silas. Silas has been productive here in the fourth, but this time his shot is blocked by Green. Silas grabs his own rebound. Silas tries to kick it back out to the top of the key, too hot to handle. Off the hands of White, picked up by Charlie Scott. Phoenix has 3-on-2 going the other way. Scott in the lead. Scott dribbles down the center of the court. Will he go coast to coast? He dumps it to Van Arsdale on the left wing, and Van Arsdale is fouled by Chaney. That foul is on the floor. As the Gold Eagle joins us here. Thank you, Gold Eagle, for checking things out here in the chat room. Epic Basketball League action on a Friday night. Remembering that Don Chaney played with the Celtics back in the day. And Scott Howard comes in and drops some knowledge. Walt Wesley was named second Kansas coming out of college. Wilt was first Kansas. A lot of great players have come out of Kansas over the years. Danny Manning, of course. Another great one. Kansas with a win tonight over Providence. Thanks for the update from Todd B. as Kansas moves on. And what about the other games? I'd love to hear updates on the other games as I am focused on Epic Basketball League action here. Midway through quarter number 4, Phoenix still on top by 20 and with the basketball. Lamar Green to inbound. And the inbounds pass goes to Charlie Scott. Scott working on JoJo White. Pick and roll. Scott gets into the lane, shoots and scores. 114-92, 6.5 to play. White with it on the outside. White wants to attack. Comes off the screen by Nelson and travels with it. Yet another turnover by Boston. That is number 22. Kaburski back into the game for the Celtics. Phoenix runs the offense. This time to Hawkins on the outside. Hawkins has a look from the wing, and his jump shot is offline. Van Arsdale catches the long rebound and sends it back out to reset the offense. Fresh 24 for Phoenix as we reach the 6-minute mark to go in the game. Phoenix gets it to Charlie Scott back out on top. Scott working on White. This time he throws it away. Bad pass stolen by White. And it'll be Boston with a possession. 114-92. Boston still trails as White lets one fly and scores it from the top of the key, and he is fouled on the play by Scott. JoJo White connects from deep and gets the hoop in the arm and heads to the free throw line for one shot. And the shot by White is good. That cuts the lead to 19, 114-95. Boston's going to need to hold Phoenix on virtually every possession now. As Charlie Scott once again has it on top. Drives to the lane, finger roll, off glass, and good. 20 points now for Charlie Scott to go with 8 assists for the sensational Phoenix rookie. Actually the second-year man out of North Carolina State. 20 points and 8 rebounds for Charlie Scott, or 8 assists for Charlie Scott. Phoenix back on top by 21. As Boston dumps it inside to Cowens. Cowens over to Nelson on the low block. Loses it, gets it back, loses it again, stolen away by Hawkins. Well defended by Phoenix. Scott with it once again. Very aggressive here in the fourth quarter. Tries to get it into the hoop. Gets double teamed. Stuck in traffic. Can't get the shot off. And the shot clock expires. But we're now down to under 5 minutes to play. And Phoenix still has the comfortable lead. Boston sets it up and they run the offense this time through Cowens down low. Cowens comes off a screen, has a mismatch against Charlie Scott down low. But Scott reaches in and knocks it away. Ball's on the floor. Scott's on the floor. White's on the floor. And they tie it up for a jump ball. Scott and White to jump it up. And the tip is controlled by Boston. White wins the jump. It's into the hands of Kuberski. Kuberski's got it in the paint. Moves it back out to White. White thought about a shot. Gave it up. Got it back. Dumped it to Kuberski on the inside. Kuberski fakes, and his shot won't go. But Don Nelson catches the rebound for Boston. Nelson on the putback attempt takes it up strong. He can't get it to fall. Kuberski with another rebound, and the Celtics will reset. Boston looks inside to Kuberski. Kuberski tries to kick it back out to Havlicek, and Van Arsdale steps into the lane and steals it. 24 turnovers on the night for Boston. Here's an update from D. Scott Howard. Western Washington women's team lost in the D2 championship game to Glenville State. 25 turnovers killed them. Indeed, that is a tough pill to swallow. But congratulations to the Western Washington University women's team for making it to the D2 championship game. Here's a shot for Van Arsdale from the perimeter with 4 minutes to play. That's off the rim, no good. And Havlicek does well on the defense. And Nelson takes the rebound for the Celtics. Celtics back to the offense. Havlicek with the open look from outside. Can he get one off? No, it's deflected. Picked up by Cowens. And the left-handed hook by Cowens is blocked by NEAL WALK. WALK takes the rebound. That is 6 straight misses for Cowens. And Phoenix is just going to walk it back the other way. We're under 4 minutes. It's still a 20-point game. The open man for Phoenix on the offense is Van Arsdale. His shot from the perimeter is too strong. But NEAL WALK grabs the rebound. He's called for the loose ball foul. And that is his third. Third team foul on Phoenix in the quarter. With 3.5 to play, it is still a 116-95 Phoenix lead. As we're just playing out the string here. Backups into the game for both teams. Cheney swings it to Finkel on the inside. And Finkel converts from 5 feet out. 8 points off the bench for the University of Dayton grad, the one and only Hank Finkel. The lead is 19, and the clock reads 3:24. Quite a year for WWU, who played with only 8 of their 31 games at home, only 6 with fans. And D. Scott Howard, I bet you were there for all 6 of them. Now into the game for the first time is somebody by the name of English. I'm going to have to look this one up. This is Scott English, a rookie out of Texas, El Paso. He's got the ball on the perimeter, picked up out there by Kuberski. English sends it down to Stovall in the paint. That one's knocked away. Last touch by Stovall and out of bounds to the Celtics. And now back into the game come the starters for the Celtics. Sometimes I don't know what this substitution engine is like on Action PC basketball, but it's certainly makes it easier to just let the AI run the subs for the most part. Here's another inside look for Paul Silas on the low block. He turns it down. He sends it back out to Chaney. Got away from him out of bounds for another turnover. 25 turnovers for Boston, matching the total for Western Washington University in the D2 championship game. 3 minutes to play. It's a 21-point spread. As the ball goes to Hawkins on the outside. Hawkins on the perimeter. The jump shot is off target, but Hawkins follows his shot, gets his own rebound, and passes it back out to Scott for a fresh 24. Scott's going to burn some clock. He calls his own number, pulls the trigger, no good. Walk takes the rebound, but has it stolen away by Silas. Another possession for Boston. It's in the hands of Chaney. Chaney from the baseline shoots and misses. And Corky Calhoun takes the rebound for Phoenix. 2:15 to play. Phoenix runs a spread offense. Scott with it at the free throw line. Breaks into the lane, steps around White. Finger roll is up and good. 22 now for Charlie Scott. Most of them have been in garbage time, as the lead is back to 21. 2 minutes to play here in Phoenix. And Steve Tower must have left the arena a long time ago. Here's another open look from the outside for Havlicek. Top of the circle. Shoots and misses. Rebound for Hawkins for Phoenix. Minute 54 to play. Phoenix taking it slow. They get it to Calhoun below the rim. Defended by Silas. Calhoun gets a good look, shoots and scores. 120-97 is your score now as we approach the final 90 seconds of play. Boston looks inside to Silas. Over Calhoun, shoots and scores. 120-99. Phoenix passes the ball around the perimeter. 7 on the shot clock. It winds up in the hands of Hawkins. Hawkins puts it up from the baseline. It's no good. It ends up in the hands of Walk, and Walk from the other baseline shoots and scores. 27 for NEAL WALK as we enter the final minute of play. The Celtics get it into Cowens down low. Cowens very quiet here in the fourth quarter. Unloads at point blank range. Off the side of the rim, no good. Cowens comes out of the pack with it. Cowens on the putback attempt. Can't get the shot off. Sends it over to Havlicek. Havlicek down low to Chaney. Back to Silas. Over to White. Everybody's touching it. It's like the Harlem Globetrotters dribbling around in the weave. Finally, Cowens takes the shot. It's no good, and the rebound is taken by Hawkins. Free Chalupas of Phoenix scores 125. You got a deal, Todd B. It's Van Arsdale with a shot from the perimeter. He puts it up over Havlicek. It's no good. Havlicek clears the rebound. And Boston comes back the other way. No chalupas for you tonight, Todd. As we got Frank Wainscott now in the chat room. My nephew Gary finished 11th in the NCAA Wrestling Nationals in Detroit. He was invited to Dan Cormier's MMA camp. Congratulations to Gary and to Uncle Frank. And thanks for the update. 30 seconds now to play. JoJo White's just going to call his own number. And as the clock runs down, White's going to send it to Havlicek over to Chaney. And Chaney for the deep jump shot. Nothing but air out of bounds to Phoenix. And Phoenix can just dribble out the clock now if the CPU will let them. Charlie Scott dribbling. Boston calls no fouls. Scott continues to run the time off the clock. Continues to dribble it away. No fouls again. Oh, Steve Tower is still here. Turn out the lights. Steve, have you ever played that on your ukulele? We could use a ukulele solo to end the night here. 13 seconds to play as Walk passes it cross court to Scott once again. 3 seconds to play. Scott's going to try and just dribble it out. No fouls. And that will be your ball game. 122-99 in an ugly, ugly ball game. Only 20-20 in the final period. Start of the game, NEAL WALK, 27 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 block shots. Very good night for NEAL WALK. Charlie Scott with 22. As our Red Sox fan says, take care, everyone. Thanks for stopping by. Greatly appreciated. Smack that like button. If you're going to smack the like button, I appreciate that, especially with the quality of this contest. But a good time was had by all. Always fun in the chat room. As our Red Sox fan says, thank God this was just a practice game. Turn out the lights. The season is over for the Boston Celtics. Yeah, let's bring the playoff bracket back on screen here. As your final score in this one was Phoenix 122, Boston 99. And Phoenix will advance to the next round of Silver Tier playoffs. So we'll have Phoenix, the number 2 seed, against the number 3 seed, Kansas City, Omaha. Phoenix will have the home court advantage in that best of 3. Philadelphia, the upstart 76ers, and the upstart Seattle Supersonics will square off. And the winners of both of these 2 series will move up to the Gold Tier Championship playoff round. And boy, you talk about Cinderella stories. Seattle, who came up from the Bronze Division, and Philadelphia, who was the historically worst team in basketball history with only 9 wins in 82 games, manages to eke out 2 out of 3 over Detroit, and they now have a chance to make it into the Gold Tier Championship bracket. What a crazy, crazy situation that will be. As yeah, that's our final. 122-99 is your final. Once again, player of the game, NEAL WALK, 27 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 block shots. A disastrous night for the Celtics. Havlicek with 8 turnovers and only 16 points on 7 of 20 shooting. Dave Cowens, the best player for the Celtics, 22 points, 18 rebounds, but a minus 24 on the plus-minus for Cowens. And that is your ball game. Thanks to everybody for stopping out. It's been fun tonight. John Brisker ready to square off for Seattle, says Todd B. Thanks for Todd B. Steve Tower. Salvador America wishing you all the best. JT, thanks for coming by. Al, Red Sox fan. Frank Wayne Scott, D. Scott Howard. The Gold Eagle 99. Clinton Parks, always a pleasure to have Clinton Parks on hand. And I believe that that covers everybody. So thank you all for checking out tonight's action here on the Epic Sports Broadcast Network. Remember to tune in for Heartland Championship Wrestling tomorrow, sometime probably around 6 o'clock Central Time. We'll hit the airwaves with Heartland Championship Wrestling. Maybe I'll go a little earlier because I do want to catch the All-Star game that will be on the RJL network, as he will have something going there for us as well. So stay tuned tomorrow for Heartland Championship Wrestling featuring Heartland Ladies Wrestling. The Heartland Ladies Tag Team Championship will be on the line in the main event. And until then, that's our stream, and I am out of here.